So if I heard you right, Monica, you started the HEART program?
Sorta. I can't take complete credit for it. Yes, I hired a gentleman and we did a pilot where we had a lot of encampment issues around the office. And we thought, let's do an experiment. Like maybe we can bring the services to them, bring the connection to them. So Michael Young, he was excellent and is excellent. He went out and just walked around the encampments making friends with folks, just trying to build that rapport. And his approach was excellent. His approach, he would always say, no shame, no blame. He appreciated that homelessness has its own culture. So we started seeing people not only accepting services, but actually going to their first appointment. And sometimes, again, he helped people get to that first appointment. So the encampment has since been cleared. It was an effort between ourselves, Community Health Works, even local law enforcement, where there was extensive outreach done to that encampment. And again, we saw it clear and we saw people actually get engaged. So with that success, we were able to expand the team. So yes, I did hire the OG who started it all and started the pilot. Since then, we have hired, I believe, a total of 10 therapists and 10 therapists and 12 peers who pair up and go all over the community. They go to encampments. They go into shelters. We have noticed that people who are in a shelter are 3 times more likely to go to their first appointment than somebody living on the street. And it makes absolute sense because they're not struggling to survive every day. So it's a lot easier to take care of your business. So we still do encampments, but we also have increased our efforts within the shelters too, especially including the shelter there at East Parkway. We have behavioral health staff that go there daily and we do programs, and we have a great relationship with the shelter staff. So we can coordinate care. They can kind of tell us what's going on. And again, we can kind of follow up and tell them what the client plan is, where they might need support. Obviously, this is with the client permission, but with client permission, we do a lot of collaboration and it works quite well.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very inspiring, Monica.
Yeah, no, it's excellent. So if I'm going to share stories, at one of the shelters, one of the safe stays, I went by on the weekend and I was wearing the HEART shirt. And I don't know how many people came up to me and said, I'm here because of the team. That meant they were sheltered because of the team. They were all pretty pleased to be there. It's a pretty great program. They have their little sleeping cabins, so they have their own independent space, dog park, so people have pets everywhere. A really great environment. And they offer not only our behavioral health services, because we're there also, but our partners in our substance use prevention team also go there. There's office space dedicated to our efforts. So that's been very exciting. We have definitely seen improvement in connection to services for folks that are sheltered. Yeah, it's just the reality of it. So we try very hard for folks who are experiencing homelessness to connect them to an agency that's as close as possible for them. And like I said, those initial appointments will support them and take them in and make sure they get treatment.
So this type of story should be shared in social media more than anything else. If you turn on TV or if you talk to like a regular folks in the street, the government doesn't do anything. The county doesn't do anything. But while you are sharing that you started your journey with county more than 10 years ago, and you and Mr. Young started a pilot program.
Yep.
So for the people who don't know about HEART, what's the meaning of HEART?
HEART, Homeless Engagement and Response Team, and because they all have heart. I know it's a terrible pun, but they really do. People who join our team want to work with people experiencing homelessness. They're not just simply trying to get a job, because there's much easier clinical and peer positions in the county than folks who have to wear like safety boots and cooling towels, because they're out there in this heat, going into encampments, going down by the river. Sometimes we're responding to complaints or things our partners have heard. So HEART, because it takes heart to do this work. The floods back in 2023, our staff was out there in that weather, making sure people were coming up closer to safety or trying to encourage them to get into shelter. My staff volunteered to do overtime or donate their time at the shelters when there was the weather emergency. So again, we are looking for people with a passion for this population, and our team has it. So that's really the only way I could describe it. You have to have a passion for the work and the compassion for the work, and that team really, really does.
It takes a lot of courage, compassion, and empathy to work with our
Yes.
unhoused population, of course.
Yes.
So the great thing about HEART, your program, the county programs, and your team is incredible that you guys don't sit behind the desk. You go to
Nope.
the encampment,
Yep.
go to the shelters, and making sure that meeting people where they need the service.
Yep.